About to get started.
What sources? No sound, no sound, no sound. Everyone's saying no sound. So this is so difficult to get this right. Bear with us, everyone. Why can I hear myself all the time? Right. Can anyone hear us now? Alright, we've got sound. So, g'day, all.
Sorry, I know, I'm just trying to get it on here so I can read things.
I've
got it now. Okay,
Sarah says good morning. No, she didn't. She said God morning. Barry says bad echo. Hopefully it's not echoing anymore. So we'll wait for someone to say no echo. Wow, all these people. Wow. Hey, Mark.
Hi, Leanne.
Right.
Well,
right.
The
sound is good. The sound is good now.
Okay, we're good now. All right.
So we're a bit early.
Loud and clear.
We're a bit early, but
no, we're not. We're actually on time.
It's I started setting this up. What? Half an hour ago. An hour ago. They make it so hard. But anyway, here we are. It's Nutshell. We've got balloons here. It's Nutty's 40th.
It's night time, so it's a bit dark. We've got every single light on that we have, that we possess, actually, that's on at the moment. No echo.
Good. Just reading all the thingos here. Everything's good. Hi from WA. Alright, I can see if I can turn the rest of the echo down by turning my... There we go.
Turn slow chat on, old salty one said. Turn slow chat on.
I don't even know what slow chat is.
Where do we find that?
Anyway, we don't know what slow chat is. Oh, Andrew. Cousin Andrew, no echo.
Oh, wicked.
G'day, mate. How are ya?
I'm getting attacked by alien balloons here.
Sarah changed it to good morning. So, good morning.
Nice one.
All right. So, we're back in Australia. We've had 2 nights off the boat.
Yeah, we've been on the boat the whole time.
It's been our first 2 nights off the boat since we went to LA in January.
Yeah.
It was the last time we were off the boat for 2 nights. Wow, all these
All right,
comments.
here's a question. Salty Stang says, how does it feel to be back home after being gone for so long? It feels a bit surreal.
It's weird because everyone you meet in the street says, you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
And being here with Nutty is a little bit strange.
Yeah.
Because Nutty was never supposed to be in Australia, well, this quickly. Yeah, so it
feels a bit weird to be home.
It is a bit unusual.
Well, it's not home anymore, really, because the kids aren't here anymore, and it's just a place where we store our stuff, really.
Yeah.
And some friends live.
Yeah, we won't be here that long.
No, so home is really where the boat is. Happy birthday from Jean and Gary.
Yeah, hi guys.
Hi guys, I'm glad the move went well and everything is working out really well for you guys over there in
Italy.
Looks
amazing.
Last time we saw you was in San Diego in January, so that was quite a while ago. Hello from England. The clocks went back today. Back to where they came from. What time is it in England? It must be about 10 o'clock in England, maybe 9 or 11. In America, it's very late. And in Australia, it's evening time. Depends where you are in Australia. There's 5 different time zones at the moment.
It's 2 a.m. here.
Wow, 2 a.m.
Old salty one.
Wow.
Come back to Alaska, said David.
Alaska.
Well,
we are.
Yeah,
We'll talk a bit about that. This is going to be a bit of a Q&A as well, because we've got a whole load of questions here that people have sent in that we're going to answer. So we'll kick it off by answering a few questions. It's 9 in the UK.
9 a.m. Louise said.
Yeah. So we'll kick it off by answering a few questions. First one from patron Robert A. He asked... A lot of people ask me this, and a lot of people have asked me this for 20 years. do you have any thoughts on writing a book? My answer generally is no. I don't have any thoughts on it because I know I am going to. Because if you ever sat around a campfire with me, I love telling stories, and I've got quite a few. So I might put them all down. I've actually started. The book started a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I just can't write fast enough. So there will be a book of just about stuff I've done and we've done together, and about more than just a personal travel log sort of journal. It'll be a bit more about the can-do attitude and things like that. But anyway, yes. So Robert, I've always wanted to write a book. There's a book in everyone. Wendy's got about 6 books. And more than that, haven't you? Mm. Yeah, she's got lots of books. Libraries all over Australia full of her books. But I don't have any. All right, Gillian H. I love this question. What was your most valued bit of kit when you crossed from Mexico across to here? What about you? When you want to start that one?
You start, because I'm just copying questions here so they don't disappear.
No, I'd like you to start.
Okay, all right.
You've got your answer written down.
All right, I do. Okay, so the most valuable thing crossing the Pacific for me, because I'm a bit of a foodie, were to have tomatoes, because when you get to the Marquesas, you're lucky if you can find anything that isn't a potato or a very manky carrot or an onion. So I reckon just can as many tomatoes as you can. We actually brought 40 avocados with us. So I got them in the supermarket, and they were the most unripe ones. So I wasn't fighting the other ladies in the supermarket for the ripe avocados. We had 40, and they were in the bottom of our fridge, and we were still eating avocados about 3 weeks after we got to the Marquesas. So that works. More cheese. Can't go cheese.
No.
We actually ended up putting it in oil.
Real cheese is pretty hard to find.
We sun-dried tomatoes, so I definitely do that. Pesto, definitely do that. And take enough yeast and flour to make bread, because all you get in the Marquesas are baguettes, and they're lovely for the first week or two. So yeast and flour.
So what was your most valued?
Tomatoes. Avocados, because they just don't exist. As soon as you get there, they're gone.
How many avocados did you bring?
40.
40.
And they lasted
did.
for the 25 days and a month after. Just, that was amazing, in the bottom of the fridge. So that's what I liked. But then I like fresh stuff.
My most valued thing from Panama, because the question was actually from Panama.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry, guys. I did it from Mexico.
Well, I said Mexico. I should have said Panama. It was peanuts.
Yes!
Kilos and kilos of peanuts. Because when you're on watch and you're sitting out the back there looking at the stars and looking out for ships, it's so nice to have just a handful of peanuts every now and then. So yeah, snack food.
And they are so expensive.
Apart from that, that was the most valued thing that I had since leaving Panama was peanuts. Apart from toolbox and spare parts and all the normal stuff that everyone takes with them, it was peanuts. So yeah. So I liked your question, Gillian.
Yeah.
Tim has a question. Tim S. Is there anywhere you have cruised from Panama which could not be safely done with a 7'6" draft? Anywhere we have cruised, yes, because we've hit the bottom a lot of times and we only draw 6 foot. But if you had planned where you went and not sort of gunk-holed a bit like we do, you could safely 7'6", no problems at all. Maybe not where we're going next, but yeah, across the Pacific, no problems at all. Getting in and out of atolls, going through reef. You gonna talk? Or you
Yeah, I'm just
computer?
I'm getting
All right.
questions lined up.
All right. So Yeah, 7'6", not a problem. If it's 9 foot, you start running into problems. But 7'6", no problems at all. A donkey. I love Donkey's questions and comments. This one was: are you ever going to get a parrot?
We used to have budgies.
Are we going to get a parrot? We're not big pet people.
No.
No, we've had so many pets over the years: chickens and horses and dogs, and never a cat, and birds and snakes, and so no, I don't think we'll ever get a parrot. It'd be nice to have a parrot, but I don't think we ever will. Do you want to read the next one?
Yeah. When are you coming to... Oh, this is Bradford P. When are you coming to Galveston, Texas? I'll throw a party in your honour, mate.
Galveston.
We never say never, do we?
No, it's actually... There's a loop you can do around the US. I can't remember if it's Great Circle or the... I think it's called the Great Circle. You go up the ICW, across through the lakes, down, and then the Mississippi, and you come back out in Texas. And I don't know if it goes past Galveston, but we do want to do that loop one, and maybe when we finish Alaska, who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So yeah, we Bradford, we may get down to Galveston one day, and we'll come and join you for a party.
Should we do some question here?
A few questions.
This one is Sarah. What is your next adventure going to be? Will we see you back on a narrowboat in the near future, as we could not make the last meetups with you both?
Do you want to answer the first bit or the second bit?
Next adventure. I'll do the first bit.
All right.
So the next adventure, well, little bits. We're going to sail a bit around the Whitsundays, just a few days here and there. Wait for the cyclone season to finish, and then we are heading north and over the top, and we're going to spend quite a bit of time in the Kimberley in northern Australia and have a really good look around there. So that's
the next adventure,
the next big adventure. And then you can answer the next bit.
The next bit, narrowboat. Yeah, we are returning to the UK for two reasons. One, and the most important reason, is family. Wendy has a lot of family there, and we don't see them that often, so it'd be nice to spend a bit of time with them again. And secondly, we didn't finish our lap around England. We haven't done the northern bit yet, which is one bit I really, really, really wanted to do, because that's where all of my favourite beers are. And I do like the north of England. I like the south too, but I do like the north of England. So we've got to do the Leeds and Liverpool. We've got to do so many bits of canal system in the north. So we will be returning, Sarah, and
definitely
we will definitely catch up with you when we're back.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that one.
Another one. Speaking of adventures, do you ever plan on publishing the beer ratings we've all grown to love? That was Edward Grant said that. I never thought of doing that.
No. Well, I mean, my beer reviews are a bit tongue-in-cheek, really. I mean,
well, yeah,
they are.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. So sometimes I do a beer review and other people drink the beer and they look at me and go, "What have you been smoking?" Because they love the beer and I give it like a 3. But then I look on beer ratings on my little app, and generally I'm pretty close to the mark.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Who knows? We might do a little coffee table book of beer reviews.
Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, here's another one. Salty said, not sure if you guys have ever been asked this, but honestly, what was your first reaction when you seen Nutshell and the state she was in for the first time? We pretty well knew.
We knew what sort of
state.
Like. Yeah. Actually, she was better than I thought.
We had that video that you've all seen, the dodgy surveyors video. So we were pretty ready for pretty bad, weren't we?
Yeah. So I was not surprised at all. I was surprised that it was actually there, because it was a bit touch and go for a while whether there was actually going to be a boat there.
Yeah.
But as far as the boat internally, externally, better than I thought. So yeah, pretty happy.
And Barry says, will we see you guys kissing the Blarney Stone? We are so going to Ireland.
We have been going to Ireland so many times. And we just haven't got there. I'm not talking in the last 2 years, but in the last 30 years.
We've been meaning to and trying to, and then things happen.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes,
definitely.
we'll be kissing the Blarney Stone. I was just going to answer this one for Louis. How did you find Nutshell? As she was so far away from Australia. We found her on a forum, a Hans Christian forum on the net, that someone was just selling a boat for his brother. And to cut a long story short, did a negotiation backwards and forwards and a few photos, and I just bit the bullet and said yes.
Made a decision.
And we found it on the net. Yeah. Sight unseen.
And we went, shall we, shan't we? Let's do it. So we did
Every
it.
time I look up at the little screen there, I'm waving me pens.
I know, you gotta put that away.
Why did you jump the narrowboat so quickly to get the Nutshell ocean goer? We always wanted to go sailing. I've wanted one of these boats since I was little.
That was the reason. It was this boat.
And this boat just came along at a price that we could afford.
This exact boat.
Yeah, so that's why we jumped ship so quickly. Narrowboats are very easy to sell. Hans Christian 43 catches are very hard to find.
There's only 7 of them.
Yeah,
in the
under
world.
$120,000.
Yeah.
Especially at the price we got this one for. So that's why we jumped ship so quick.
Would you buy another narrowboat in England or hire this time? No, definitely. Well,
we're going to either build one.
Yep.
Not from scratch. We're going to buy a hull and build one, or we're going to buy one project boat and completely strip it and redo it. So
either. It's going to be a timing issue, I think.
Be funds and timing. So we'll see how we go.
Bit of both.
We'll be definitely buying one though because they're too expensive to rent.
Yeah.
Any other questions there?
How do you pass the time on passages?
Sleep.
Sleep? A lot of sleep. I keep getting attacked by balloons.
I tune in on the HF radio to all the foreign stations and talk on the radio a lot to other people, and sleep.
And I watch movies.
And Wendy watches movies.
I watch movies. Keeps me awake. Okay. Are you ever going to polish that lamp hanging in the galley? There's a story.
Yeah.
No, we are not.
No, I'm going to send it away.
We're going to post it off and get it cleaned and then varnished.
I've tried. I've
it's
polished
impossible.
so much, and we're just going to send it off to the polishing people.
Hours into that thing.
And they can polish.
And
all right.
Send it back.
Next
okay,
question.
One of them.
From Coffee Time. Will you ever come to Newfoundland? I would love to go to Newfoundland. It's a part of the world that I've read a lot about, and I would love to go up there. So most probably yes is the answer. We will. It might all tie in with our after Alaska trip, because after we've done our lap on the narrowboat, the plan, this is a long term plan, is to buy a trawler in Northwest Pacific somewhere, or Alaska, and then do the Alaska section on that, and then either go down the west coast or go truck it inland and do the lakes, and who knows. So
a few ideas there.
It's lots of ideas.
But a trawler is a definite idea. Andrew, do you still have the farm? Did it survive the storms? Are you still doing the Outback Adventure trips? Yes, we still have the farm. Yes, it survived the storm.
Yeah.
And Outback Adventure, we sold Outback Adventure.
Yeah, we sold the business. So
the motorbike business.
I've got a whole year now of not working, which is the first time my whole life.
Yeah.
And getting massive withdrawal symptoms from not seeing people.
Yeah.
And not being at the bush, and not working. So I absolutely love work.
Likes working.
All right, do you want to do one more question?
Okay, one more.
Here?
Gary. Gary asked, how did you come about knowing how to sail and all the engineering along with it and all else? That's a question for you. Because I've never sailed when I did this.
Wendy's never sailed.
Nothing.
Wow.
I hadn't.
Yeah, I suppose you haven't. I started sailing when I was quite young. I was at primary school. My father built me he's a boat builder. He built me a boat, and I've sailed ever since. I've had various boats, and sort of they've got bigger and bigger and bigger as I've grown up, and always sailed. As far as engineering goes, I'm a firm believer in you can fix anything if you put your mind to it. So I read a lot. I've got lots of reference books. Library's full of reference books. So engineering wise, excuse me, firm believer in you can fix anything. So that's all the questions on those pages.
Yeah, Glenn and Lisa said hi. Hi guys.
Oh, g'day.
Narrowboat Nutshell over there.
Yeah, Narrowboat Nutshell owners.
Where are we? Project Frosty Art said a Project Narrowboat would be good content for YouTube. Yeah, it'd be cool.
It'd also be fun to do. Nordhaven, that'd be beautiful. So we're a bit budget. We don't want to sell the farm to go cruising. So
no.
As you might have noticed, we do things on a bit of a budget. So we do want to keep our nest egg without selling it to go sailing.
Yeah.
So Nordhaven would be fantastic, but it'd most probably be an old Grand Banks or something like that. How did you? We get asked this question so often.
How did you meet?
Yeah, and when?
Okay, so
It's 30 years ago.
yeah, I flew over to Australia to visit my sister and to do the backpackers year around Australia with Greyhound bus. And my sister's husband worked with Magnus, and Magnus came home one Friday night, 2 days later?
Yep.
For a beer.
And that's how we met.
And that's the rest is history, basically.
Yeah.
What about the 4x4 tag-along tours that you bought the Land Cruiser for?
Yeah,
that's still on the cards.
The website is tagalongtours.com. We're pushing that really hard, trying to get full bookings. So that would be, if all the holes lined up in the cheese, that would be the perfect scenario to do that for 4 months next year.
Yeah.
So we're pushing that really hard. If you've got any friends who want to see Australia in a 4-wheel drive, tagalongtours.com.
Anthony, your stickers are on the way.
Yeah,
Sorry. It's so hard to post them from all those weird places.
But now we're home. We're
sending
things all over the place.
Sorry about that.
What happened to the white Cruiser the last saw when you
We've
were
still got
on?
it.
Yeah, that's our car. So yeah, Sarah, that's our. Jeff, good old Jeff. What, you are going to write a biography on yourselves? Yeah, we've talked about that earlier about writing a bit, maybe not a biography, but more of a story of motivation and being. I don't know. It's something I'm working on, but anyway, yeah, there will be something. Could a totally green sailor sail nutshell around the world? Yeah. Well, Wendy is totally green, but totally green, yes, but you would make a lot of mistakes in the first week. And as long as you were away from land, you'd be fine. The only dangerous thing about sailing is the land.
Yeah.
Or just under the ocean where there's land. Once you're out in the blue, yes, I still make lots of mistakes. Any sailor that's worth his salt can't say that he doesn't make mistakes. You stay with sails up too long, or you hook a sheet on and it's tangled around a lifeline, or yes, you still make mistakes. But yes, totally green person could hop on Nutshell tomorrow and sail anywhere they wanted to. But I'd be reading a lot about sailing. I'd read some of my books that are in the library.
Okay, if you go to Alaska, will you go via Asia and Japan?
We won't be taking Nutshell. We won't sail up there in Nutshell, because one lesson we learnt winter in Mexico was that this is a cold boat. It's no insulation, so there's it's very cold. It's got no heating. I mean, usually the Hans Christians have a heater right here if they're from the north. So no, we wouldn't have this boat. And plus, to steer this boat, to do anything, you're standing out there in the rain and the cold. So No, we won't be going via Asia to go to Alaska. We might go to Asia, but not on our way to Alaska.
We've sort of decided we use the boat. We buy the boat to fit the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
how soon do you guys think you will start on the refitting of Nutshell? That's salty.
a lot of people. That's one of the questions here that I've got to answer. It won't be like a refit. It won't be out of the water and strip things down and rebuild things. And we're staying in the water. We've just come out of the water. We were out of the water down when we were down in the Gold Coast, and we repainted the bottom and checked everything below the waterline. So we're not coming out of the water again. Number one, it's so expensive where we live to come out of the water. It's a couple of $100 a day, and we don't need to come out of the water.
No.
And as far as refits go, I'd be happy to just sail her as she is. The gearbox we've got
a few maintenance things we need to do.
We're
We're going to do the galley a little bit.
Yeah, but we're not going to do a major refit, so we will be filming it all, but there won't be anything major. If you ever do the American Great Loop, first round of beers and bourbon are on me when you stop by Kentucky. You're on, G.A. Jones. Wow, Kentucky bourbon. Imagine that, drinking bourbon in Kentucky. Right, I'll answer some more questions. These are general questions that don't belong to any one particular person, but that we get asked a lot. First one is this the end?
Oh, yeah. No.
We must have been asked this question 20 times since we got back to Australia. No, definitely not the end. This is just another chapter, if you like, but not the end. How long are you going to stay there before the next adventure? We're going to stay here until March in Airlie Beach before we make our way north. That'll be towards the end of the wet season and the cyclone season. And between here and the north, there is a lot of marinas, a lot of safe anchorages, so we can sort of duck in and out if needed if there was a cyclone around. So we're going to stay here till about March. Next question is, not sure getting a major refit. No, I just answered that a second ago. She's not. She's just going to get bits and pieces. Yeah. The number one question I get asked every day is, how do you know so much?
And I can answer that.
Yeah, what's the answer?
He reads a lot.
I read a lot.
Reading and watching anything that can help.
I haven't watched television for like 15 years.
Always reading.
I just read. Yeah, so you learn a lot when you read.
And have a go.
And have a go, yeah. So, one more question before we go to some other questions. When are you going to do a nutshell video?
Is that like the walkthrough thing?
The walkthrough. That's one thing we're going to do while we're up here on the up here on the cyclone season.
Yeah.
Is do a video of Nutshell and explain why we own a Hans Christian.
Yeah.
What makes them so special.
Yeah.
Because if you ask anyone that's not a cat person, anyone that's a mono person, if they wanted a good blue water boat, what would they go for? And a lot of people would say a Tiana or a Hans Christian or something very similar to this design of boat. So we're going to go and explain why we chose this boat, what is so important about this boat to me, and her safety points and her pros, her cons, and we'll do a whole video on Nutty. What else we got here? For information, the lighting is good. Thank you very much, Old Salty.
Here's another one from Jim.
The beer offer extends to Georgia, USA also.
Oh.
Good on you, Salty Stang. Common sense, yeah. Do you ever get affected by the continual movement of the boat, and does it bother you when you are on land? No, the constant movement doesn't really bother us at all.
You get used to it, you really do.
It's quite rolly.
And I keep saying it's a full-time Pilates class.
It's quite rolly.
You get muscles that you didn't know you had.
It's quite rolly at this anchorage, so you just get used to it. And on land, you don't really notice it.
I have a question over here from earlier. Jim said, overall, are you happy with Nutshell? I know you don't want to speak bad of her while aboard. Are you happy with Nutshell?
I've got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I'm not happy with. I would have liked a Pullman.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only thing that if we had found one that had a Pullman is the bed starts here,
Yeah.
just behind the compression post or the berth, and goes forward. And there's a lot more. It's like an owner's version. There's a lot more room.
Yeah.
So we've tried both the aft cabin and the forward cabin to live in, and they're both quite tight, especially when you're 6 foot tall. So yeah, that's the only thing that I would have liked different.
But we have looked at options of
Yeah.
making this.
We've sort of looked at
Area
it, and even
table.
converting to a Pullman and moving the head down aft. Who knows? But
Yeah, ideas.
it's pretty good at the moment.
Anthony asked, whatever happened to the mast ladder?
The mast ladder.
Whatever happened with the mast ladder?
What's a mast ladder?
I have no idea. Okay.
Have you ever met La Vagabond? No.
No, we haven't met them.
They're not our sort of sailors. They used to be. We wouldn't fit into their circles. I'm soon to be buying a 1971 Bill O'Brien Oceanic 30 Cat. I'm renovating in winter and learning the ropes next year. Any good book titles that will be useful? I didn't take it back to the boat, did I? No. The one book that I suggest that everyone who owns a boat
That's a must-have. Nigel.
is old Nige.
Got old Nige.
This book here, there's a delay on what we can see on the screen, so I don't know if it's in the middle of the screen. But this book here is the Bible of boat ownership. Nigel Calder, an incredible guy. If there's something he doesn't know, then it doesn't exist. I've got two of his books. I've got this one, and I've also got Cruising Handbook, which I'll get. Our library's pretty good on board.
Yeah. We actually inherited a few of these books.
This is Nigel's other one called the Cruising Handbook. This is another must. Even though I refer to it quite often and pick up a lot of new stuff. So those two books by Nigel Calder are ones you have to have on board. Compulsory.
Anthony, he came back and he said, have you ever... Oh, no, where are you? No, hang on, I lost you. Mast ladder comment. It's gone. You were making a ladder up the mast cables.
Oh, right, yeah, the Ratlin. Ratlins,
those.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to put in teak steps for the Ratlins instead of rope, because rope's not that comfortable to stand on. So yeah, we are going to do that before we go up to Kimberley.
Yeah, we need it for Kimberley.
Is to put Ratlins on. So yes, we are going to do that.
Has Wendy done any... Andrew, have I done any more paintings? No, but I'm very close. I've been tidying up my studio, I've been sorting everything out and just getting rid of the cobwebs.
Jeff says, Magnus, write your own versions of those books.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff, I honestly don't think I could do any better than Nigel. He's an incredible guy. A lot of my MacGyvering is straight from him. You know, he's just incredible. Yeah, I'd like to actually meet him one day. Good to see you both safe in Oz. I really enjoyed following your adventures from Mexico. Thanks for beginning us along. Can't wait for the next chapter to begin. Rick, thanks, mate. Yeah, we can't wait either. We're
itchy.
We're itchy. We've been home now.
Not a week.
Yeah, we've been back here for a week.
8 days. We're like, let's go.
It's time to go, but we've got a gearbox.
We're going to go around.
We've got a gearbox to rebuild in the next few days.
That's another story.
That's another story. Anyway, it's a long story.
Yeah, that's a good story. Have you been in touch with Barry Old Sea Dog lately? That's Cabin. Only
Facebook.
Yeah, not in a big way.
He's
he chats sometimes.
In Tonga. He's waiting for a weather window to head down to New Zealand. He's a great stick.
Was life on a narrowboat a bit too limited? Asked Andrew. Not Andrew Logan. whereas a sailboat gives you so many more options. Now that's really interesting because
No,
a
it's very
narrowboat you
interesting.
can.
Yes and no, I would say.
You'd say yes and no?
It's limiting because you've always got to stand there and steer.
Oh yes, that's true.
So that's
But
the
you
only
can pull
limiting.
over wherever you want.
Yeah,
Whenever you want.
Whenever you
More, within reason.
you can stop. Whereas on a sailboat,
You can't stop
you can't just stop,
and stop.
decide to stop. You got to go to an anchorage, or you can heave to if it's safe water. But
You need a destination with a
narrow
yacht.
boats aren't really that limiting. That's the only limiting thing with a narrowboat is you got to stand there and steer.
Yes.
Whereas on this, we can just use our wind steering for weeks on end.
But I think also narrowboating is friendly.
Yeah. Narrowboating is sailing's friendly when you're in port.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more solitary, I think,
Yeah.
sailing.
What happened to the handmade canopy over the cockpit area?
Right, good question.
Paulie the Aussie.
Watch the next episode.
Oh, is that where it disappears?
That's what I'm doing now.
A storm ripped it off, and then we still only have the framework left. And we actually liked it when it went because you could see the stars again, and it was really nice. And it just opened everything up again. So we made a decision not to build
A permanent one.
a permanent one. So that won't be happening now.
What was wrong with your fuel last, David? It was gunk.
It had gunk in it.
It was a gunky fuel.
Black gunk.
It was disgusting.
So it just happened at exactly the wrong moment. All right, back to some more questions, because I did say to everyone we'd be answering some questions. I've already answered that one.
How's the wedding?
A lot of people have asked how the wedding was. The reason we came back to Australia early. It was incredible.
It was
A father's got to say that, of course, but
No,
it was beautiful. We had a wonderful time with the kids. All 4 kids were there.
We're all together, first time in 5 years.
First time in 5 years we're all together, and it was a beautiful wedding. So we really, really enjoyed it.
Is Wendy ever scared?
Yeah, quite a few people have
Yes!
asked.
Yes!
Is Wendy ever scared?
All I say to Magnus is, these are the words I say to Magnus, is everything okay? And if he replies, yes, I know I'm not going to die, basically. I think once you said, no.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be sitting here reading and I'll look out of the cockpit and Wendy's on watch and I'll just see this white face and
the eyes.
and she looks a bit scared, so I'll just reassure her that as long as she stays with the boat, she'll be fine. Yeah.
Yes, I definitely do get scared.
Sandra says, how's the weather in the Whitsundays? It's absolutely...
It's a little bit warm.
It's warm, but it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
It's a lot. We stayed at the farm the last 2 nights, and it's quite cool out there. We had our Alaska doona on, but on the boat it's quite warm. Now, get through this. There's only 5 more questions. Are you going to sail around the world? No.
Not around.
Not
We're going to do the
around.
good bits.
I'd love to. I love passage making. I love doing the big long trips, but you find it a bit
time.
monotonous. And time, yeah.
We
We've so many things to do. So
yeah.
no, we're not going to sail around the world.
But we are going to do bits of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Who
did
is
you,
the best cook?
What did you both do before sailing?
Me? I've done quite a few things. So before sailing, I'm a graphic designer and an artist. Well, you know I'm an artist. Graphic designer, book publisher, crepe maker.
Housewife.
Way back,
Mother.
I was a secretary.
Lots
Desktop
of things, yeah.
publisher. Yeah. Done a few things.
And I've done bugger all. I've had a
so many
electronics
things.
business most of my life, marine electronics, and got rid of that and became a tour guide. So it's essentially I love tour guiding. I hated marine electronics. I'd gladly become a tour guide again.
Yeah.
A few people have asked who's the best cook, and that goes without saying.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I thought you were going like this.
No. No, Wendy's definitely the best cook. What sort of boat is Nutshell? We get asked that a lot. She's a Hans Christian 43 traditional ketch, a double ender. She's fiberglass, solid fiberglass, not cord. She's slow, sometimes fast when she wants to be, but generally slow, stable.
And very comfortable.
And very comfortable.
Very comfortable.
So that's what Nutshell is. 2 more questions. What's been the best part so far?
Should we say it together at the same time?
God, I hope I know what the answer is then.
Ready? Mexico.
Oh, Mexico, yeah. Mexico was incredible.
Hands down.
The people we met there.
Loved Mexico.
Oh, Bobby and Wendy and just so many people we met. We really love Mexico. So yeah, that was the highlight.
Yeah, we talk about it the most.
Last question. Are you getting another narrowboat? Oh,
yes.
We've already answered that. Yeah. We are.
Definitely yes.
Definitely, 100%. 100%. In 2 years' time, we'll be back in England.
Okay. We were up there.
We were up in the Cape a few months ago. It was quite chilly but nice. Yeah, it does get cool up there in the winter time. We used to run tours up there quite often. I used to go up there about 6 times a year, and yeah, the Cape does get quite chilly. How's the boat brew? Jeff said. The brew that I made the other day, Jeff, it was just a dark ale.
Oh, brew. Sorry, I thought you were talking about wine.
Oh
no, it's brew. It was brew.
How's the boat's brew?
No, it's brew.
Yeah, brew is... Well, you could brew wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of them. The wine's a bit... How's your father? But the beer... Oh, it's beautiful. I'm really getting the hang of this dark ale
really
brewing.
good. In fact, we might do a beer review.
In fact, I've got a bottle in the fridge.
Might do that.
Thanks for all the videos. You're welcome in. Save me a piece.
Andrew asked, did you pay any money before seeing Nutshell? Yeah,
yes,
all of it.
all of it.
You spoke about fearing a scam. You did so much due diligence.
Yeah, but we feared a scam till the day we actually hopped on board.
Yeah, and when we went to Panama. Yeah.
We couldn't see her from the land. We were told she was out on a mooring, but we still couldn't see her till the day, 10 minutes before we hopped on board. So yeah, we feared a scam. We paid over all the money.
Yeah.
Call us idiots, but in the end we won.
Yeah.
What's the time? How long have we been going? 42 minutes.
Life Full of Meaning. Lisa, we can't wait to see you and Ben when you come back to the UK. Thank you. We'll catch up with you guys too.
We can't wait to see you guys too, yeah.
And Cabin Cruiser.
We love what you've been doing to Narrowboat Nutshell.
That's beautiful.
She's looking really, really schmick.
And it's nice that the engine's going.
I can't believe all the issues you've been having with the engine, but I'm so glad it's all going now. And it's all tickety-boo.
Cabin Cruiser said, can we have a party when you get back? Yep.
We're going to have parties for sure.
Donkey asked what the deal was on the parrot situation.
Donkey, we answered that one.
Not.
Earlier on. Probably not. Maybe a dead parrot.
Shame on you.
No, that's the dead parrot sketch.
Oh, yeah.
Monty Python.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
David Marks, crack
open
the beer. I can't get out.
I should do. Thanks for this, folks.
Make it a great day. I'm the one with the long sight. He's the one with the short sight. Question for Wendy.
Glasses.
Since this was your first time sailing, how are you liking it? And was it hard adjusting your lifestyle to be a full-time liveaboard cruiser? I love it because I love the fact that we can go to totally different places every day. And we can do whatever we want. It was tricky at first to get used to it. I get very seasick. Getting better at it. I'm getting more confident with everything. I know where to put my feet and where to put my weight and where to not fall over. I had so many bruises when we started. So yeah, it was tricky at first, but I'm getting good.
Yeah.
I'm getting good at it, and I'm learning more, and I'm understanding more when all the cruisers talk. I understand half what they're saying now.
And it's funny, quite often now Wendy will go, we're coming into a...
Can I have some tea?
Yeah, we're just having a couple of nutshells.
Yeah.
To celebrate Nutty's birthday. Sometimes we're coming in to drop the anchor, and I usually sail in and drop the sails just before we drop the anchor. And I'm in there, I've dropped the sails, coming up, and Wendy says, no, I'm fine. And Wendy says, aren't you going to start the engine?
Yeah.
So she's getting pretty good.
Picking up on it.
She remembers things. And now when we're reefing and changing sails or dropping sails or putting sails up, you just You know what
I'm
to
getting
do.
better.
Yeah,
I'm getting better.
Pretty good. You're a pretty good crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnus does most of it, but I do my bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul the Aussie says, so where are you off to next? March, April. We're off to Cairns,
Yeah.
then across to Darwin, and then the Kimberley. So we should be in the Kimberley.
Killer balloons.
All things going well, we should be in the Kimberley by end of May, is the plan.
Yeah.
And we either stay there for just the dry season, or we do a full dry and wet season. So
Like
see how we
season.
go. I like to do the wet
We'll
season.
see how. Yeah.
We do want to do the wet season up there. What's a mixture for the nutshell?
Okay. Well, it's supposed to be frozen pineapple, and you crush it with white rum. We'll just say rum.
Rum,
'cause
whatever
we
rum
didn't
you got on
specify
board.
what. We happen to have this one, and a special one is with a bit of fresh coconut milk, but we had to just settle for
For a tin
canned
coconut, yeah.
because we haven't got.
So
any
yeah, coconut,
milk.
pineapple juice, rum, and ice, all crushed up.
But most,
Which I'm sure is called something else.
I think it's pina colada,
Is
but
it
we
pina
don't
colada?
have much coconut in ours, so.
No, I need a little bit of coconut.
And the normal nutshell doesn't have any coconut, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we've done.
Entertain Me said, cool. Love footage from the Kimberley. So do I.
Oh,
It's been when I was at school. I
it's
remember
hot.
I was sitting in social studies, which is sort of a cross between a few subjects. I don't know if you have it in other places in the world, but you'll stop waving your pen.
Yeah,
I remember sitting in social studies, and we had this teacher who was passionate about Northern Australia. He had taught up there in Aboriginal communities, and it was about, I don't know, I was in about grade 4, grade 5, and he mentioned the Buccaneer Archipelago and all the islands and the beauty, and he just raved on about this place. And I remember going home, getting the old atlas out. We had a Swedish world atlas, and I got it out and I had all the islands, and I saw all these islands. And coming from Perth, you've only really got one main island off the coast. You got a couple of little ones, and there were just hundreds of islands. So I still remember that day when I found out there were all these islands, and I've wanted to go there ever since. So yeah, I can't wait to actually see the Kimberley from the water, because I've spent a lot of time up there on land, running tours up there, but never really seen it from the water. So we're looking forward to that.
And Andrew asked, "What's so special about the Kimberley?"
It's
God's country.
Well, you could say that about anywhere that was passionate about, but it's mostly untouched by
wilderness.
tourism. There's still a lot of wilderness. It's quite a difficult place to cruise. In the West Kimberley, you've got up to 10 metre or 30-foot tides twice a day. You're away from telephone reception. You're away from. There's no shops. There's nothing. It's very, very remote. So I think that's what makes it special. Apart from the fact that it's incredible fishing.
And the geographical, the geology of it is.
Geology. I've been reading.
Mind-boggling.
I've been reading about how this geology was formed. It's part of the oldest geology on Earth, Gondwana land, and this part. How I'll talk more about it when we're up there, but how
It's just the rock formations.
The rock formations actually happen, how the plates moved, and it's incredible.
A lot of Aboriginal art too.
A lot of Aboriginal art, a lot of. You need a cockatoo that swears like a sailor. So Kimberley's is quite a special place. Google, or what do they call it? YouTube. Some things on.
Old Salty, it's gone.
Oh, the pen. Sorry.
He's saying hide the pen.
Yeah. You ever
Sandra,
go mud crabbing? Yeah.
Yeah. We've got new mud crab
We've got new
nets.
So mud crabbing. We should video some of our fossicking. We will.
SV Obsession said, "Are you going to sell Nutshell when you get a narrowboat?" Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
We can't afford to.
We just keep changing.
So current plan is after the Kimberley, go down to Perth and sell Nutshell in Perth.
And then do the
And then
narrowboat.
go and do narrowboat.
Sandra said, we want to do the wet season, really keen, but have been advised to wait and see if they have a good wet season first.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently it's not going to be a very good wet.
No, well, the
Possibly.
long-term forecasters say it's going to be a pretty dismal wet. So, anyway, we'll see. We're still going. Horizontal waterfalls. There's so many beautiful things up there. It's incredible.
We also like to get away from the madding crowd, so we'll probably poke around in the less...
We're taking a new tinny up with us. A new little powerboat. Not new, it'll be an old one, but we'll see more about that later on, but we'll have a really good tinny while we're up there.
So we can go and do little camping trips.
Yeah.
Jeff said the pen makes Magnus judge. Why do you have Hamilton Island as Nutshell's home port?
Because it
is our home port. We live in Airlie Beach.
Yeah,
and Airlie Beach doesn't have a home port.
No, you can't have Airlie Beach as your home port. You can only have Able Point or Hamilton Island, and Hamilton Island sounds better than Able Point.
Yeah, it does.
So that's why we have Hamo.
Ian,
Hamo's, you can see Hamo from where we are right here.
Ian said we will be in Perth next April. Well, we'll see you there, Ian.
Yeah, not next April. We won't be there.
The one after.
Yeah.
On long passages, do you ever worry about running out of food? No.
We have
so much food on this boat. We're still, I provisioned till November, and it isn't November yet. And we're going,
so much food.
Okay, we need to eat these cans because they're going to go rusty. So.
And we've always got fish. Always. We've still got the tuna we caught. When did we catch that tuna last? We got 2 tuna at once.
Yeah.
We caught 2 long-tailed tuna. We've still got them in the freezer. Still got a quarter of one in the freezer. So there's always food. Heaps of food.
And we have rice and we have flour and we have
can always make bread and make pizzas.
There's so much food on board. Yeah. What work are you planning on, Nutty, before you set off again? May have been asked, but I'm a bit late to the party.
Bren, we're going to rebuild the gearbox because it blew up a month ago.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, yeah. So we haven't had any propulsion for a month, which has been really tricky. So gearbox is coming out. We've just got onto this mooring 2 days ago. So now that we're safely on a mooring, we can take the gearbox out. We're going to do... I still don't know whether I'm taking the engine out.
Really? You haven't decided?
I've got to do engine mounts. I've got to do the sump plug. So I've got to lift the engine. I don't know if it's coming out. I might just replace... because the bottom end is sound. It doesn't knock. It doesn't blow smoke.
So why mess with it if it's good?
So I'm a firm believer in leaving things alone if they're good.
Yeah.
It needs all the hoses replaced. It needs a lot of external stuff done, which we can do with the engine in. So maybe not an engine out, but definitely gearbox. I want to put a shaft generator on.
Yeah.
So we can make power while we're sailing. We want to put a wind generator on. We're putting more solar panels on. We're putting a davit for the dinghy on.
Or the tinny.
For dinghy tinny. What other major works are we doing?
Just a galley, tidy up in the
galley.
galley.
Tidy up in the galley, and that's about it, really. We're gonna redo all the lines, sanitary lines.
Yeah.
Because they're getting a bit old and brittle.
And put a macerator.
Macerator in Australia. You have to.
In
Australia, you have to have a macerator on your toilet system. So
no, I meant in the galley.
And we're putting a macerator in the galley as well. But that's about it. Just little things. Another bilge pump, another bilge alarm.
Maybe another sail.
No, I think we're just going to fix the sail arm. Yeah. Do some work with Wally, fix up, he's getting a bit worn. So yeah, just little bits and pieces. How much water can you carry? 800 litres.
CW asked, will you go to Rottnest? We just talked about that.
We looked at the cost of going to Rottnest for the weekend.
$350 just for a yearly...
Just for a permit.
Yearly permit, then you've got per person and mooring
fees. If you can get a mooring... yeah, it's not the Rottnest it used to be when I was a kid. But anyway, we might go to Rotto.
We might, but we've been to Rotto
We used to go to Rottnest
every weekend, so
when the
we've been
kids
there
were
a
little.
lot.
Yeah, so we might go there. Yeah.
If you had the chance between a single hull and a catamaran, which would you choose and why? Well,
I would.
It depends what you're doing.
If money wasn't an option, I would go for a heavily built catamaran, something like a Perry 43 Passage Maker, or something with a collision bulkheads and something that was thick and not necessarily fast, because everyone wants to go fast. I just want a cat for the room and the fact that you can just take her up on the beach. So I would, we've done the Pacific now, we're not going to do the Atlantic, so the big passages are really done, which is where monos shine. So a heavily built cat is what I would go for.
Yeah.
That's what
Expensive.
It's so expensive.
Okay, Sean said, do you ever worry about running out of alcohol, if not food? We always run out of alcohol.
Always run out of alcohol.
Always.
Yeah. We intentionally do that, so, yeah.
We've had a dry boat so much.
The boat's mainly dry.
Yeah. There was stuff up here.
There's so many questions.
I'm just trying to go back a bit. Where are we? Sorry, you'll have to talk amongst yourselves while I find a question.
What can I talk about?
What work are you planning on, Nutty? We've done that.
I just want to do a thank you again.
What are you going to do when you're in Perth?
I just want to do a thank you
first
of all to all the viewers.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. I still pinch myself. 10,000 plus subscribers, and we just started this channel just for the kids.
Keep in touch with the kids.
So yeah, thanks guys. We just love reading comments and answering comments. We try and answer all the questions. We try and answer anyway.
Yeah.
We might not answer every comment, but we do answer every question while we still can. So thank you, and thanks to everyone who's bought us a beer, and thank you so much to the patrons who've bought us a water maker and a sewing machine, and but we are doing it on a budget. We could easily work 6 months a year and sail 6 months a year, but we're going to try and do 2 whole years of sailing.
We're trying.
Yeah,
so we're pushing all the passive income streams.
Yeah, we've got everything up in the air at the moment, so we'll see how we go. So thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
What was that about Perth?
Craig said, so what are you going to do when you're in Perth?
Visit my family.
Yeah, I've got we've both got family there.
Yeah, Wendy's got a sister there. I've got a sister, my mum and son, and a whole heap of friends, because that's where I grew up. So we'll be in Perth for a few months, I suppose, while we're selling the boat. So that's what we're going to do there.
Okay, another question. Adam, leading question. Currently living on a narrowboat but longing to live and cruise on the sea. Is our age important? Now, you have an interesting view on age, don't you?
People have asked me about the age question, about sailing. Whenever we go to a sailing do, like for cruises, we're usually the youngest.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're in our mid-50s, and we're usually the youngest. The average age at sailing do's is late 60s, we find. So age is nothing to do with sailing. It's how you feel mentally and physically, really.
Yeah.
You don't, mind you, me saying that, you don't see many 90-year-old sailors. But we've met so many people sailing and doing hardcore sailing, short-handed, in their late 70s.
Yeah.
So many people.
It's fitness, isn't it? A lot of it.
Mental attitude and fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course you want to have a boat that's set up to make sailing easy. You wouldn't buy this boat.
No,
this is not easy to sail.
Works with you.
I mean, we've got no lines that run aft apart from sheets. So anything that needs done, you've got to go forward. No furlers, so everything is hanked on sails, and everything's old school. No self-tailing winches. So you wouldn't buy a boat like this if you were to make life easy. You'd get a easier boat.
They've suddenly got lots.
Lots of questions.
So it's jumped.
Yeah. But 167 viewers, wow.
Will you be visiting London anytime soon? Well, we will be visiting after we do the Kimberley.
Yes, in a year or so.
Yeah.
Year and a half maybe next time in London. I made a pact with Wendy that we wouldn't go anywhere. We wouldn't hop on an aeroplane for a year. Because I used to fly every week for work. So we're nearly there. And next year we're not going to stay in a hotel or any form of accommodation for a whole year. Because I used to have to stay in hotels or away from home for 250 nights a year, and it's so nice not to have.
Have you guys met free range sailing? Now there's a question.
Yeah, we
Nearly.
passed each other without
we were
knowing it. They were going south, we were going north.
We were so close.
We were in contact with emails, and we both agreed to catch up, and then without knowing it, we had passed each other.
We switched.
So they're down in New South Wales now, and we're up here. So we might see them on the other side because they're eventually going around to Perth again.
Oh,
so who
okay.
knows?
David said, "Are you going to take any guests out for a trip?"
Yes. Not for long term.
We're open to it.
Long term stay aboards, because we've sort of set the boat up just for Wendy and I now.
Yeah.
But for day trips or a little overnighters, yeah. If anyone's around and wants to come out for a trip, we're always like sailing with people.
All right.
Beer keeps you young. Yeah, I think you're right, Salty.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I don't look a day over 40.
Okay, Razor Blads. How much is Nutshell for sale for? Won't you have to pay like 40% plus tax for selling an imported boat?
We've already
There's
imported
a question.
her. Yeah, we imported her a few weeks ago. It'll be in one of the videos coming up. We went through all that. You're not actually allowed to leave the port you arrive in as an Australian owner without paying all the import taxes and duties and GSTs, and so it's all done.
It was a bit of a shock.
It was a bit of a
We
shock,
weren't
but
planning on
anyway, that's what happens. That's when you get into bureaucratic country, then you have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
So we've done all that. All taxes have been paid. So there's nothing more to pay for anyone that buys her. We don't know how much we're going to sell her for. We get a when it comes around to selling her, we'll get her valued. So I would say as much as we can get.
Yeah, so we can buy it.
So we can get a good narrow boat.
Narrow boat, yeah. Craig asks, have you seen your old mate Baz? I guess he is still in the Pacific. Great if you were to catch up when he gets here. Well, we're...
He won't get here till next year. He's going to New Zealand. So we'll be gone. Yeah, we'll be gone by the time he gets here. But who knows? We might catch up with him again one place one day.
Yeah, we probably will. Thank you, Timmy. Timmy Go Bang. Space on board here if you swing by. Thank you.
Oh, cheers.
Many things.
So nice. So many people keep every single week keep saying if you're ever in blah blah, there's a bed here for you. There's a car. We'll take you out to the best pub in town and we'll have a barbecue. And I reckon there's not a place in the world now that we can't go to without someone
having friends
inviting us all the way up the coast so far. Everywhere we've gone, people have just said, come on, let's go to this pub, let's go to a brewery, let's go and have dinner, let's come over to our boat, come over, stay at our place. That's been amazing. And I don't think we've gone on shore since we got to Australia without someone coming up to us and saying, g'day Magnus and Wendy. Even here in our hometown, we were on the ramp yesterday and this fella just comes up and he says, g'day Magnus and Wendy.
I've just watched you in New Caledonia.
So everyone's so friendly. It's wonderful. So thank you.
Yeah. Sean, have you ever had any security worries either on the cut or sailing? No is the answer to that.
We don't really ever lock it or anything. We always lock the dinghy because every week you hear of a dinghy getting stolen. But as far as security, people trying to board, no, we've either been lucky or no one likes the look of our boat. No,
we do look a bit dodgy. We wanted to stay dodgy till we imported.
Indie projects, g'day.
Oh, cool. Hi, guys.
There was one that I was going to answer there. Do you,
do anything special to try and stay healthy?
Drink rum.
Drink rum and don't eat butter.
Yeah, don't eat butter.
That's it.
And I don't have sugar.
But butter.
But butter.
Butter.
Don't
That's
eat
the
butter.
killer.
Eat lots of cheese, but no butter.
No.
Yeah, you move a lot on a boat, so you stay pretty healthy.
Hope you and the couple from
Wow, 177 people. It just keeps going more and more.
Sorry. I want to be quick.
And we've been gas bagging for over
Bye,
an hour.
Andrew. See ya. We'll see you in England.
Which Andrew? Cousin Andrew.
Andrew Stebbing, yeah, cousin Andrew.
Yeah, see you, cuz.
Oh, people are kind. Indie
people are very
projects.
kind. Yeah.
We're not celebrities, Anthony.
No,
just
not
us.
celebs. Yeah. Mind you, we caused a car accident in.
Oh God! we did.
In the Gold Coast.
We nearly did.
Oh, yeah,
that was so funny.
It was very funny. This guy just slams his ankles on in the middle of the road and
Oh.
yells out to say good day, and this other car went
Just about went up the back of him.
Yeah, so it was quite funny. Yeah. It's wonderful just meeting people. You meet so many people.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Razor Blads. If you're
Blades.
coming, blades. Don't make me laugh. If you're coming past Adelaide, I can hook you up with a free berth for a while if you're a member of a sailing club. We are a member of a sailing club. Thank you. That's
thanks,
wonderful.
Mate.
And bread.
Very kind.
Anthony, and bread? Context? Don't know. The rest of it must have disappeared. I don't know.
What else we got to say?
Steve said, does the filming, thinking of content plus the editing and deadlines get to be a chore? We don't think of content.
No, we film.
We don't plan.
We've met lots of other YouTubers who
plan content.
Plan everything.
Nah.
We've never planned a single thing.
Maybe the odd walk past.
Not really
On
planned.
a dirt track.
On a dirt track, we might think.
That's it. Let's put the camera
down.
here.
But no, we don't plan.
And it's never a chore.
We did plan when we did the walkthrough on Narrowboat Nutshell.
You did too.
But otherwise, no.
And it's never a chore because I love editing.
Wendy loves her editing.
I need something. I'm an artiste.
Yeah.
I need some outlet.
She loves
so that's
editing.
my outlet.
Pardon me?
What's your take on plastic now you have finished your travels?
What sort of plastic?
Like rubbish.
On the ocean.
Well, I get general, maybe general.
We try and have a small footprint when it comes to plastic. We try not to buy things that are overly
plastic.
wrapped in
Yeah.
plastic. We always use our own shopping bags, and we just see so much plastic rubbish in the ocean. It's so sad. But you can only do what you can do. You can only... I'm a firm believer in doing as much as you can, always. Not just every now and then. But so, yeah, we have very small plastic footprint. Or we try to anyway. So that's my take on plastic. Is it's sad to see it all in the ocean. We pluck it out whenever we can, and reduce our plastic footprint as much as we can.
And try to do the right thing by plastic, whatever you
Yeah.
can do.
Yeah, whatever you can do.
What's available.
Pretty hard these days, but yeah.
Yeah.
You
I think we've run out of questions.
we've run out of questions.
Ah.
And we've been gas bagging for an hour and 8 minutes.
So.
And we haven't run out of rum. So
No, there's a lot of rum there.
rum, cheese and bread. Yeah, you're dead right.
That's it.
You could live on that. Editing is fun, and I agree with Wendy on that one.
Yeah, I love editing.
Yeah. I used to edit all the videos.
Yeah, the first 50.
First 50 were... So if you ever want to see any bad editing, go and watch our early videos. And then I lost that job. I'm quite thankful for that. I don't find it that much fun, because I used to make a video of every tour we ever went on. So I've been editing for 15 years. Yeah. I love your philosophy on life. Elaine, a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get caught in the rut of life instead of doing what you want to do. So yeah, that is our philosophy on life, is to go and do it. And the Tuamotu Islands, is there any talk of rising sea levels?
I don't know. Do you know?
I didn't hear anything. or see anything to indicate that they are worrying about it. But of course it is going to happen. Sea levels are going to rise. They're not going to rise as fast or as much as they've done in the past millennia, while the world was going through all its change, but they are going to rise a lot faster than they have been since we started measuring sea levels. And I think island life is a bit... the reason we didn't hear or see anything about it was because they live for today a bit. I don't know. But it is going to have a massive impact on their way of living and their incomes and all sorts of things. Not only the Tuamotus, but all of the South Pacific. It's going to have a massive impact.
What are the balloons from? They're from our little birthday.
We had a birthday party for Nutshell today.
Yeah.
So it was Nutshell's 40th birthday a month ago. And we were going to do a birthday party live stream, and just when I was about to press the button to do a birthday party live stream announcement, some of our friends had their 50th birthday on the same day, so we delayed it by a month. So that's where the balloons are from. We had a party today.
Okay. Ever seen any sus folks out on the blue like pirates? Not where we've been.
Only on Thursdays when you talk like a pirate. No, generally we've seen a lot of sus drug runners in Mexico.
Oh yeah, and weird low-flying
aeroplanes
and weird
and
stuff like
fast
that.
boats, and you know it's all happening around you. But no pirates. I'd love to meet a pirate.
Darren, enjoy your blacking.
Yeah. Could you do a signal flag guide video? We don't have enough signal flags to do one. Yeah, it's quite a complex. I learnt it all many years ago. I'd love to do a video about it, but you've got to have the flags. So Jeff, yeah, it's quite interesting. Signal flags and the use and the way you communicate is quite interesting. So no, I won't be doing a signal flag video unless I can score some signal flags.
Should we do your beer review?
Do you want to do a beer review?
I think you should.
Oh jeez, after rum?
It's in the fridge.
Is it? Alright, I'll go get that.
Don't be too long.
Keep
Don't leave me alone. Well, only one thing better than a free beer, and that's a stolen beer.
Yeah.
So
You don't really have a beer glass on board.
No, we've only got the blue ones.
No.
It's gone very quiet here now.
Right,
Magnus is going to do a little bit of a...
You wouldn't believe that I was the chatterbox on this boat, would you? So here we go. This is a beer I brewed. The brew started 2 weeks ago, and it took 6 days. We ended up with about 5.2 alcohol volume, and it's bottled in a PET bottle, reusable. And let's see what it does when you open it. Yes, we've got a nice fizz. Sorry about the beer glass. We've got all the glasses and all the nice beer glasses ready to come on board, sitting at the farm, but we haven't moved them on board yet. Oh, smell that one.
Ooh.
It smells like beer.
Is it going to have a head on it?
It does. Look at this.
Oh yeah, little one. Oh, that's relative to the size of the glass.
So there we go. That's the colour.
It's not too bad.
It's a dark ale. It's holding the head pretty well. Oh, it smells like a beautiful beer. I better put the lid on this before I knock it over. Alright, let's try a beer review of my own beer. Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Temperature, first of all, temperature is spot on.
I've got Colin in the drawer.
No, Colin can stay in the drawer. This is spot on. It's just, I'm not going to brag about my own beer, but it's bloody good. It is a good. It's not my first time I've had it, of course. I've been drinking it for the last few days. It didn't get a chance to even age. It was that good. So it's not a real review. It's an absolutely beautiful drop of dark ale, and I reckon it's an 8 or so. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. I've got an Irish stout ready for bottling tomorrow, and a lager, which I don't do many lagers, but I thought I'd give it a crack for when you get visitors who don't like dark beers. So I'm bottling all them tomorrow. So it's going to be a big bottling day. We'll end up with a lot of beer. And the next boat wine is just about ready to bottle as well.
Yeah.
So we'll have a boat stocked again, ready for visitors.
Yeah.
Elaine, YouTube, show me when they do it. Oh.
Steve said, will you fly an Aboriginal courtesy flag when visiting remote communities? If that's the done thing, we will.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it, to be honest, but it's generally not done. I don't know. Well, if it's the done thing, things are always changing.
Yeah.
Then we better carry one on board or get Wendy to make one. But yeah. What else we got here?
I think we're running out of questions now,
yeah,
guys.
Yeah, we're starting to waffle now, and so unless I can think of anything else, I just wanted to touch base, let everyone know what we're up to. Wish nutshell we haven't even done a toast to Nutty yet, Wen.
Oh, shame.
You better finish the beer off.
No. Oh.
Or have a rum.
I'll go one of these.
Yeah.
Where did you learn to do so many things on a boat, like fixing your engine? It seems as if you were a sailor, captain, cruising for decades. Kudos for your adventure. Admirable. That's from Telegrasso. So,
where'd you learn it? Read a lot. I read a lot. And I have a theory that... no, thank you.
No?
That one can fix anything if one has a go.
Yeah.
It might take a while. You might have to have 2 goes, but you can fix anything. And I have been sailing since I could walk, just about.
Okay, and Salty said, have you guys visited a country that don't allow you to do your own brewing per their laws? Well, we've only done it here, haven't we?
Yeah, we haven't brewed. I haven't had
tried.
my brew kit. The brew kit was all here. I didn't want to I just want to buy everything, or because I've got everything here, so I didn't want to buy everything when we were over in Mexico. But no, I didn't know you weren't allowed to brew in countries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it must...
Next adventure, starting a brewery. Well,
we nearly did.
We talked about that.
We talked about that. We talked about starting a brewery many, many years ago. Cheers, Anthony. Cheers, everyone saying goodbye. You're welcome, Steve. Thanks for dropping in, mate. And hit the like button.
Razorblade said, do you have a pressure cooker to make a still from, to make your own rum?
I've actually got a still. I've got a reflux still at the farm, which is actually illegal in Australia. Well, no, it's not illegal to own one.
Okay, just to use
it's
it.
just illegal to make anything you can drink with it. You're allowed to distill oils and things from tea tree and drink that, I suppose. But no, you're not allowed to actually distill your own spirits in Australia, and no one does it as far as I know.
Nobody.
And you can't buy any of the ingredients or the essences.
Nobody sells anything.
Apparently, it's sold everywhere in the shops. So yes, I do have a good still. It will be coming with us to the Kimberley.
But you didn't hear that from here.
Yeah, we're going to make some tea tree oil. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, everyone's saying goodbye. So
okay.
See you, Sue. See you, Salty. See everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We won't leave it as long next time if to say g'day again. we might not do it so formally. There's a new thing with YouTube where you can just post a little video about what's happening and it disappears in 7 days. So we might give that a crack.
We can do that now. We've got 10,000.
Yeah, you have to have 10,000 viewers, subscribers to be able to get that.
To do that.
To get that. So thanks to you guys, we now have 10,000.
Yeah.
And we get all these special little privileges of being able to do a couple of extra things.
Yeah.
See you later, Jeff. Always love your comments, mate. Every week. Thank you so much. And for everybody. Yes. See you later, Dave.
And Salty.
Yep. So we should. And
take care, Glenn and Lisa.
My favourite name that I always read. I used to have a Greek who worked for me who had a real Greek name. And Dimitrios, you and your surname are just very wonderful to read. Yeah, see you, someone waving. See you, Lisa and Glenn. So glad.
Clive and Dawn.
Oh, Clive's there and Dawn.
Yeah.
Cool. Ah, wonderful. All these friends from England. Yeah. Safe sailing in the dock. Cheers. We're actually going to go for a sail next week. Just for
we
a
have
day
to.
sail.
As soon as the
gearbox is done,
fixed, we're going into the Whitsunday Islands.
We'll go for the islands for a day or two.
Oh, it'll be beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
See you from Wales. And leave that for the grey nomads. Anyway, all right, let's have a toast.
We're done, I reckon.
Well, quick toast to Nutshell.
40th birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
sweetheart.
birthday, Nutty.
Yeah.
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 We should pour Nutshell a drink too. Nutty can have a splash
the beer.
of the beer.
The nutty beer.
And Nutshell gets all our spilt beers. So yeah, here's the Nutshell.
Yeah. Waving back.
She's looked after us so well.
Yeah.
So.
All right. See you guys.
From Thailand. Wow. All over the place. So cool. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I don't really want to go. I want to keep gas bagging, but no one wants to keep listening to me. See you guys.
All right.
How do you hit the stop button?
Don't know.
There we go. Ciao.